Hey guys,
We're here today to check out the Patreon poll winner of the week, none other than SAOR with Origins. This is from the upcoming 5th full-length record on the good folks of Season of Mist. We've done one of the videos on the channel before, was a Patreon request, and this one is a Patreon poll winner kind of request. I mean, it won, so it's kind of a request.
It has something to do with Patreon, so...
Exactly. So we're back into that well. Are you ready for this? I don't think we need to prolong this. We just need to press play and enjoy the beautiful sound atmosphere.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's going to come our way. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Right. Ooh. It's already starting on a good note. Until some darkness comes in. Let's fucking go. This new season of Outlander looks phenomenal. It has a little bit of Assassin's Creed vibe.
I don't get that because obviously I didn't watch Outlander.
Oh fuck! If you've watched, dude, if you were into Outlander as much as I am and your mom, and you watch this video, you're like, this looks like a trailer for like the new season or something like that. Just that they have like
the movie that's coming out, Norseman.
Yeah, well, it's out already.
Oh, it's out already?
Yeah, it's out already.
Okay.
But anyways, trust me, it has more of an Outlander vibe. But an Outlander vibe if the new season of Outlander featured Aquaman's doppelganger there. But
that's a Rollo.
It looks more like Aquaman. Like a Viking version of Aquaman. And then when he walked into the... Yeah, and then when he walked into the water, he became Nessie. This is how the legend of Nessie got started. Fuck, man, it's... unreal. There's a little bit of everything for everybody. And I really enjoyed that moment where she showed her gangrene in her hand.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, fuck, me too. Here, let me put a stone there.
Yeah, because that's going to cure the gangrene.
Yeah, that's going to make everything feel better. Because, you know what the funny thing about Outlander? So in Outlander, not to get sidetracked, but I really feel like I'm getting an Outlander vibe. In Outlander, there's these stones that are in a circle, almost like Stonehenge. And then there's, you do these chants and you do these prayers and whatever, and you touch the middle stone and you get to travel through time. That's the whole premise of the show. Now, the person who travels through time, she never did any prayers, but she did see them doing the prayer, and then when she walked up to the stone and she touched it, she traveled through time. But you have to have a precious stone with you in order for you to be able to travel through time. It's almost like you're... it's like you're paying...
that's your key.
It's like your key, but it's also like you're paying like a fee. To travel through time, you have to pay the gods. You have to give an offering to the gods, and having a precious stone is that offering that you need in order to be able to do the traveling. If you don't have a precious stone, you can't travel through those stones and stuff. Anyways, I love that fucking show. Before I completely go sideways on this video, I want to get your take first. What did you think about this track in video?
I mean, both go hand in hand. I feel like the video was a really nice kind of visual of what the song was kind of taking me. I mean, the song in that last stretch there really just was just nice instrumental.
It could have been the whole thing instrumental, would have been totally fine. I mean,
yeah,
it's a very atmospheric track. So
this track is so atmospheric, but it calms you a little bit. Other than like
the vocals bring a little bit of darkness to the track. I was actually expecting the song to be a little bit darker, just because of the scenery. I was like, oh, when the scenery is so beautiful, the song tends to be very dark.
I feel like when you hear, when you hear the music that was being played and they kept showing them in the dark, they're all wet playing. I'm like, oh, this doesn't look like.
Looks like a weekend at the Bernies, yeah.
I was gonna say, like, if you muted the song and you showed people that
they would think it would be like a badass black metal track.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, I know.
But that's not the case.
It's not the case.
What it did.
It goes to show, don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly, or don't judge a music video by the muted.
Or don't judge a music video by the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, but sometimes you can judge.
Yeah, but not always.
Not always.
The exception does not make the rule.
That's true. The vocals were really, really good. They had so much darkness in them, but I feel like the song, it was so light, and light in a way that it just feels like the song enters your lungs and you can breathe, like I don't know what it is.
You can feel the clean air of the highlands.
Yeah, it enlightens you. The song enlightens you, and it
makes you feel more intelligent.
Exactly.
I got that same vibe, actually, to be honest with you. My IQ went up a bit watching this video and listening to this song.
It's not very high.
It wasn't very high to start, but at least it got up a couple of notches. I'm 100% with you. 100% with you.
Yeah, but still with those vocals, somehow it never got to the darker part because it was always being kind of combative.
Yeah, and like I said, I honestly thought the song was going to have some darker moments.
Yeah.
Even just based on the scenery, because sometimes when you have these sceneries, things tend to go a little bit darker.
Because when it goes to them, they're in it's like nighttime in the same scenery. But when it goes to the other, like the actual plains and everything, like those parts, the music was perfect for those parts. Mm-hmm. You know, him walking in the fields and everything, perfect for those parts. Their parts where it came to them, you know, those were the ones where I thought I was going to give you more of a darkened feel.
Yeah, me too.
But that last stretch was just peaceful, man. I feel like this perfect word to put is peaceful.
If you want to hear something a little bit darker from the main man behind this band, you have to check out. I think you pronounce it Fuath, something along those lines. I'm probably butchering it, but that's more of a gritty black metal band. So think about this, but then think about this turned all the way to 11, but like black metal 11, and that's what that band is all about. I think you would really dig it because it's very atmospheric, very black metal, very gritty, like old school, almost like, you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
has
you know, I
that,
like my atmosphere.
that grind to it. So I think you should check that out. They're phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal project that he has. But this was good. There was some moments that surprised me. We touched upon those in terms of expecting a little bit more darkness. But even the folkiness that the melodic portions of the track have, it's almost like they're telling a story on its own.
Yeah.
It's like the music is telling a story without you even needing lyrics. You're just watching the video, you're listening to it, and you're like, I know exactly what's going on, and no words are being said. It's not easy to do that. It's not easy to It's not easy to tell somebody a story just with a video and audio without any words there, whatever. So I think it's this video, the way the song is, it's beautifully done, And when I was watching the video at the beginning, going back to Outlander. Two things I want to say about that. One is that in that show Outlander, when they were referring to the Highlanders, because the Highlander way of life came to an end, there was a battle between the Highlanders and the British Army, because the Highlanders wanted to put a king in power, which he was the legitimate king to the throne of England, but there was another guy there. I don't know the name. I can't remember the names. Anyways, there was a bloody battle, and they lost that battle. Like they lost so many people in that battle. So after that, the Highlander way of life disappeared. It became almost outlawed. It disappeared. And in the show, there's one moment there where they're talking about the Highlanders, and they compare them to Vikings. They're like their own, like within the United Kingdom, the Highlanders are their own Vikings.
They're their own Vikings.
They have a lot of similarities in terms of the heart and how they battle and how they live to how the Vikings did. There was so many similarities between them. So I thought that was an interesting topic of discussion there when I was watching the show. And the other thing I've noticed about the show is, and you can see in the scenery, it wasn't easy to live in the Highlands of Scotland. It's not easy. Like, I'm amazed by the human spirit back in the day. Not now, because now the human spirit now is fucking shit and balls.
The human spirit is worth one day.
Yeah, the human spirit has died a long time ago. But back then, humans saw opportunity where I look now and I see nothing. Like, why would you want to live in a place that rains like?
But if you talk to someone,
9 out of 10 times,
but if you talk to someone from them, they're like, "Oh, it's the perfect place to be."
Yeah, I just find it amazing how the human spirit connects with the land that gave birth to you.
I think it's more,
and you find ways of living and surviving in places that are beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful. But when I think of a place where civilization would thrive, the Highlands of Scotland would not be my first pick.
I think it's more as humans, with the passage of time and the technology we have now and the stuff that we have now that they didn't have before. I feel like our human spirit and our strength in general has kind of dwindled, and that's mainly the reason why we think this way. We have a different way of thinking because as humans we're not as mentally strong, physically strong as
they used to be.
As they used to be, because they didn't have all that, so they started thinking in different ways.
I think they thought
the thought process of us and like Vikings or anyone, like completely different mindsets.
But I think the way I look at it, those Highlanders, Vikings, whatever, they looked. I mean, you have to look at it. Vikings, like, they colonized like Greenland and Iceland. I mean, so they looked at land as a way of an opportunity to better themselves, better their families, create roots, build something. But now I think now we're so deprived of that drive. It's not about us wanting something. It's about us looking at the world and feeling like we are owed something.
Yeah,
it's a completely different mindset. So I tip the hat to the folks that carved a path through lands that perhaps at first glance now look like what the hell were they thinking when they went
Yeah.
there? You know what I mean? Like, what were they thinking? But it just shows you that how strong the human spirit was. And I think this song is a perfect representation of that strength in the human spirit. So, absolutely loved it. All right, guys, thank you for watching this video. Let us know your thoughts on the band, on the upcoming 5th album with the good folks of Season of Mist. Hit us up in the comment section, and we'll see all of you in the next video. Take care.
See ya.